Natural disasters have increased in frequency by 50% per decade and have accelerated since the 1950s. Over 208 million people were affected by a natural disaster in 2010. It goes down as the deadliest year in at least 2 decades. Japan. In March of this year, 2011, Japan was struck by an 8.9 magnitude earthquake. Tens of thousands of people were affected, and many did not anticipate the disaster. Haiti. In January 2010, Haiti was struck by a 5.5 magnitude earthquake. Nearly 3 million people were affected. New Orleans. In the Hurricane Katrina disaster, 80% of the city was flooded and thousands of residents were stranded. People became desperate for food and water. These disasters don't happen to faceless people. The needs and people are very real. The same scenario plays out in history. In fact, in the 1988 Armenian earthquakes, at least 5,000 tons of drugs and consumable medical supplies were sent by international relief operations. Only 30% were deemed immediately usable, and about a year later, 20% of these supplies were destroyed. There are simply too many decisions to be made, too little information and knowledge of where and what help was needed. But let's see what happens if Procur is used. Let's assume that Site X has been struck by an earthquake and is in need of aid. The community witnessing the incident can call for aid using one of 3 interfaces that Procur provides: SMS phones for rural areas, Windows Phone 7, and a web interface. The requests get transferred to the Intelligent Recommendation and Data Management Unit of Procur, hosted on Microsoft Azure. The engine checks its inventory to see what is readily available and recommends potential sources with the objectives of lowering turnaround time and monetary expenses. It will then automatically send out call for aid messages to all registered donors in social media and social networking sites, such as Facebook, for products that the inventory needs more supply of. Since the product locations and states are tracked in transit using RFID readers in all intermediate warehouses, accurate product tracking and quality of the donation can be ensured. The donors and the community can make donations using Procur's interfaces and can subsequently track their donations as data overlaid on Bing Maps. Moreover, once the donation reaches the disaster-stricken area, the donors can view summarized and detailed reports on how their donations helped to improve the situation. The social engine of Procur can assign virtual statuses to donors to acknowledge their efforts and encourage further involvement in donations and awareness. This would also serve to inspire other community members in social networks to contribute to causes. In the case of multiple disaster incidences, the recommendation engine can on the fly estimate the needs in different regions and dynamically route the product based on disaster type, geological, and demographic information. Disaster site agents, upon receiving the products, can ensure corruption-free distribution by means of biometric authentication and QR code based on product tracking. Use of QR code helps in dynamic rerouting of supplies by understanding the changing needs of different disaster sites. Moreover, agents at a disaster site can use WP7 to capture fingerprints of recipients. These fingerprints will be used by the recommendation engine to match anticipated medical and food supplies. While designing the user experience for Procur, we aimed at facilitating users to stay connected by making the UI personal and relevant. Procur uses tiles, panorama, lists, and quick launch features to make the user experience smooth. Beautiful typography used in this application keeps the design simple and clean. In order to utilize the functionalities of our recommendation engine, we provide a quick and easy way to capture fingerprints and the QR code. Finally, connecting the application with social networking sites helps users to stay connected. With Procur, nearly all resources can be utilized because they match exact needs, and up to a quarter of total costs can be cut by facilitating local procurement. By building global partnerships with our solution, Procur and Team LifeCode can help people and the countries gain access to resources and opportunities in the aftermath of disasters. So imagine inventory that can count itself, containers that detect and update their contents, and shipments that can report and intelligently reroute themselves. Procur is a dynamic and robust platform, ready at a moment's notice to respond and provide assistance. Procur, the intelligent humanitarian supply chain of the future.